10 health benefits of drinking coffee every day. How many cups of coffee do you enjoy in a single day? For better or worse, it seems, we'll continue anticipating our first cup of coffee immediately after finishing the last cup of the day. It has long been a subject of conjecture and debate, whether consuming coffee on a daily basis was actually healthy. But a myriad of research has provided scientific evidence of the many health benefits enjoyed by the horde of coffee lovers, myself included. Coffee is consumed literally everywhere. In the United States, for example, coffee is consumed regularly by 85% of adults, and is the main source of antioxidants for Americans as a whole. However, that cup of Java includes caffeine, which can increase levels of adrenaline and may affect blood pressure. The truly great news is that there's more reasons to enjoy coffee, rather than abstaining from it. This is a beverage that should be enjoyed in moderation of 2-3 cups a day to gain the most benefits, with less risk in building a dependency on caffeine within it. Here are 10 healthy reasons to drink coffee every day. 1. Does caffeine improve memory? Caffeine has been confirmed to boost short-term memory, with as little as 1 cup of coffee per day, relative to the average 4-5 cups. Researchers measured brain activity with the aid of a fMRI, which would show an increase in reaction time and heightened sense of cognition. Test subjects clearly showed improvement in certain areas of the brain in charge of concentration and information retention. Although caffeine helps attentiveness, it is still inconclusive what effects it has on long-term memory. It did, however, enhanced consolidation in the aspect of recalling long-term memories. A group of scientists discovered that Alzheimer's patients that drank coffee regularly had better memory recollection. Additionally, in people not yet diagnosed with conditions of memory loss, daily caffeine intake protected against or delayed Alzheimer's substantially. 2. Coffee contains healthful antioxidants. There are more than 1,000 kinds of antioxidants found in coffee beans, including hundreds more releasing during the brewing process. Compared to other sources, nothing comes remotely close to delivering more of it. For instance, fruits and veggies are also packed with antioxidants, yet seemingly the human body is able to absorb more of it from enjoying a cup of freshly brewed coffee. Antioxidants play a major role in keeping us healthy and protects our cells from damage. It is also essential in curbing inflammation within the body, which eases the symptoms of many chronic conditions, such as joint pain and arthritis. Coffee also contains a specialized antioxidant that guards against developing cardiovascular diseases. 3. Coffee drinkers have lower risk for heart disease. As aforementioned, coffee is loaded with many beneficial antioxidants that battles inflammation, the very same that can cause arterial damage. A research conducted in the Netherlands in the time span of 15 years and over 35,000 volunteers discovered that drinking a safe, moderate amount of coffee routinely had up to 25% less risk for heart disease compared to non-coffee drinkers. Also, routine Java lovers were 20% less likely to have abnormal heart palpitations. 4. Drinking coffee can ward off diabetes. There are over a dozen studies that have been published proving the validity of coffee helping to prevent type 2 diabetes. The participants that drank 4-5 cups a day were nearly 45% less likely to have or develop diabetes. These conclusions held true, regardless of demographics, such as sex, weight, and height. Even more exciting, the studies point toward coffee, not the caffeine itself, that protects against diabetes. Decaffeinated coffee was just as effective as mitigating the onset of diabetes. 5. Coffee improves your mood and lowers stress. Numerous independent studies have concluded that daily consumption of coffee lowers the risk for depression for both women and men. It originates in the neurotransmitters that influence our mood. Intake of caffeine triggers release of serotonin and dopamine. This is where I believe that moderation is key. Limiting myself to 2 to 3 cups seemed optimal for a boost in mood, without any heavy crashes. Coincidentally, being an antidepressant, The coffee drinkers are less likely to be at risk for suicide as well. 6. Keeps the brain healthy, along with improving and maintaining memory and concentration. Drinking coffee every day can also go a long way towards overall brain health. Recent studies have linked consuming caffeine with lowering the risk for mentally related illnesses. Degenerative conditions such as dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even risk of stroke is reduced. I can't stress enough to limit consumption of caffeine to 300 grams per day, which is about 3 cups of coffee. 7. Caffeine shown to improve physical activity. Hard to believe, but caffeine can give a nice boost to endurance and athletic ability. Anyone who works out strenuously is familiar with the aches and pain associated with sore muscles. The Journal of Applied Physiology concluded that trainers that consumed caffeine with carbohydrates had a whopping 65% more glycogen, compared to athletes who only had carbs. Glycogen is essential for proper muscle functionality. Increasing these levels will help muscles work better and recover much faster. Caffeine is ideal for athletes that work out daily, and need aid in reducing fatigue and inflammation. However, it should be noted that caffeine did not help with building muscle mass. 8. Coffee may help prevent certain cancers. Drinking a daily cup of joe has been touted as a great way to prevent certain cancers. Women who drank a minimum of 3 cups of coffee a day reduced their risk of endometrial cancer by up to 25%, over women who didn't partake in the daily cups of java. Male coffee lovers lowered their risk for prostate cancer. Additionally, scientists have discovered coffee drinkers had a lower rate of developing rectal, breast, liver, and colon cancer, as well. 9. Consuming coffee can improve liver health. Not only does consuming coffee every day reduce cancer in the liver, it also protects it from many forms of damage. Most notably cirrhosis due to overconsumption of alcohol. Researchers found an inverse link between those who drank coffee on a daily basis and lower levels of harmful enzymes in the liver. But coffee is not a viable solution to alcoholism, nor should it be used as some sort of crutch to support that habit. 10. Male coffee drinkers more fertile and virile. It's true, men that ingested at least 250 milligrams of caffeine per day had much higher volume of semen, compared to men who abstained from caffeine. They also experienced less cellular damage to DNA within sperm. Another awesome benefit for male coffee addicts is a much lower risk of having or developing erectile dysfunction. Even intaking a paltry 90 milligrams of caffeine a day showed reduction in risk, so drink up for your sex life. Negative side effects of caffeine. We should all keep in mind that caffeine is a drug, as it is a mild stimulant. Although there are proven health benefits associated with drinking coffee, the drawback and risks should not be overlooked. Ingesting too much coffee daily can lead to a severe addiction to the caffeine. Many can begin to build a dependency, and find it extremely difficult to quit or even cut back on their caffeine. Getting hooked and trying to wean off of coffee is no simple task. Individuals trying to quit caffeine altogether may go through withdrawal, which may include dizziness, cloudy thoughts, body fatigue, decreased energy, and headaches as the body attempts to cope and adjust to the lack of caffeine it's used to. Drinking coffee every day isn't right for everyone, especially those who experience many negative side effects, and those who deal with hypertension. The importance of caffeine consumption in moderation cannot be overstated. The safe recommended daily intake is 300 milligrams, but better safe than sorry. I personally drink only 2 cups a day, which is about 150 milligrams. It is also prudent to stick to plain black coffee, as opposed to the sugar and fat-laden beverages at your local Starbucks.